Anna lived a quiet and predictable life in her small town. At 75, retirement had brought her a peace she had never known during her years of work as a judge. Every morning, Anna would wake up early, enjoy her coffee on the terrace of her modest house, surrounded by flowers she had planted herself. She appreciated the small pleasures, reading a good book, walking in the park, and chatting with her neighbors. One day, as part of her routine, Anna decided to buy a lottery ticket. It wasn't something she did often, but she enjoyed the little dream that each ticket represented. The thrill of the possibility, however remote, of a stroke of luck that could change her life. She went to the corner store, where the friendly clerk, Roberto, sold her the ticket with a smile and a comment about how luck never hurts. Weeks passed and Anna had almost forgotten the ticket. It was a Friday afternoon when, sitting in her living room with the TV on in the background, she heard the announcement of the winning numbers. With a mix of curiosity and skepticism, she searched for the ticket in her purse. Her heart began to beat fast as the numbers started to match one by one with those on her ticket. "It can't be," she said to herself, her hands trembling slightly as she checked the numbers once more. Anna had won $5 million. Reality took time to set in. That simple piece of paper she had bought at a neighborhood store had made her a millionaire. At first, Anna allowed herself to dream. She thought about the things she could do. Maybe a trip to the places she had always wanted to visit but never had the time or resources for. Maybe help her grandchildren with their college education. Maybe donate to the small library in her town that she so enjoyed. That night, Anna went to bed with a mix of excitement and anxiety. Her quiet life was about to change in a way she had never imagined. For the first time in a long time, sleep was slow to come, as her mind buzzed with the endless possibilities the future now offered. The next morning, after her usual coffee and morning walk, Anna headed to the lottery office to claim her prize. She carried the ticket as if it were a fragile treasure, carefully stored in a plastic sleeve. Excitement filled her with a youthful energy she hadn't felt in a long time. With each step, her heart beat faster. Changes, dreams, and opportunities seemed to blossom before her eyes. However, in the back of her mind, a small voice whispered caution, reminding her that not everything was as simple as it seemed. But Anna, determined and brave, moved forward without hesitation, ready to face whatever fate had in store. The lottery office was bustling with activity, with people coming and going, each with their own hopes and dreams. Anna, with her ticket in hand, approached the counter with a mix of nervousness and excitement. The young woman behind the counter greeted her with a smile and asked for the ticket. Anna handed it over carefully, watching as the young woman scanned it and checked it in her system. The process seemed to last an eternity. The young woman frowned and scanned the ticket again, this time calling for a supervisor. Anna felt a knot form in her stomach. When the supervisor arrived, he explained to Anna that, according to their records, her ticket did not match the winning number. Anna couldn't believe what she was hearing. "That's not possible," Anna said, her voice trembling slightly. "The numbers match. I checked them several times." The supervisor, with an apologetic expression, showed her the screen. "Unfortunately, ma'am, our records do not recognize this ticket as a winner. There may have been an error in the ticket issuance, or there may have been a technical problem. I'm very sorry." Anna felt hope crumble inside her. There must be a mistake. These are the winning numbers. I know it. But the supervisor could only offer her an apologetic smile and a repetition of his previous words. With the ticket still in her hand, Anna left the office feeling dazed and bewildered. How could it be that her ticket, with the exact numbers announced, was not recognized as a winner? Back at home, Anna sat at her kitchen table, the ticket spread out before her. She checked the numbers again and again, making sure she hadn't made a mistake. Each time, the numbers matched perfectly. It was undeniable. She had won. That night, Anna barely slept. Her mind was filled with doubts and questions. Could it be a mistake? Or maybe something more sinister was happening? The next day, she decided to return to the lottery office, this time with more determination. But the answer was the same. Her ticket was not recognized as a winner. Anna began to suspect that something was very wrong. She went to her old colleague and friend, Julio, a retired lawyer, to ask for his advice. Julio listened patiently, reviewed the ticket, and agreed that it appeared she had one. This doesn't make sense, Anna. If the numbers match, you should have one. There may be some kind of fraud or corruption here, Julio said gravely. The suspicion of fraud took hold in Anna's mind. She decided to investigate further, starting with an online search about the lottery company and any news related to previous problems. What she found was disturbing. Several reports of people who had had similar problems, tickets not recognized, and prizes not awarded. With each new piece of information, Anna's suspicion turned into certainty. She was convinced there was fraud at play. And although her days as a judge were behind her, her sense of justice and determination had not diminished. She knew she couldn't stand idly by. The battle was about to begin, and Anna prepared to face it with all her courage and experience. Anna knew that facing the powerful lottery company would not be easy, but her sense of justice and determination drove her forward. With Julio's help, she began to prepare her case. They both knew it would be a long and costly battle, but Anna was willing to fight for what was right. The first step in the process was to gather as much evidence as possible. Anna meticulously documented every step she had taken since buying the ticket until the moment she tried to claim her prize. They collected witness testimonies, including Roberto, the clerk who sold her the ticket, and others who had had similar problems with the lottery company. Julio prepared a detailed lawsuit alleging fraud and result manipulation. The lawsuit was filed in the local court, and soon Anna's case began to gain media attention. Reporters were intrigued by the story of the retired judge taking on the powerful lottery company. Anna gave interviews, sharing her experience and determination to fight for the truth. Her bravery and conviction resonated with the public, and many people began to support her, sending her messages of encouragement and sharing their own stories of injustice. However, the lottery company did not stand idly by. They hired a team of experienced and powerful lawyers who began to discredit Anna and question the validity of her ticket. In court hearings, they presented complex technical arguments and tried to dismiss the lawsuit on several occasions. Every day in court was an emotionally draining battle for Anna, but she stood firm, determined not to give up. As the case progressed, Anna had to sell some of her belongings to cover legal costs. Her modest home, which had always been her refuge, began to empty little by little. But Anna had no regrets. She knew that justice had a price, and she was willing to pay it. Her nights were long and filled with insomnia, but in her heart, she knew she was doing the right thing. Finally, the day of the verdict arrived. Anna and Julio sat in the courtroom, surrounded by friends, family, and supporters who had come to show their support. The tension in the air was palpable as the judge read the ruling. The lottery company had won the case. Anna felt the ground collapse under her feet. All her effort, all her sacrifice, seemed to have been in vain. Tears began to roll down her cheeks as she listened to the judge's words. The lottery company was acquitted of all charges, and Anna's ticket was still not recognized as a winner. The financial and emotional devastation was overwhelming. Anna had lost not only her case but also a large part of her savings and her sense of security. But amid the defeat, something ignited inside Anna. The injustice of what had happened could not be ignored. She knew there must be a way to uncover the truth and expose the corruption. She suspected. Although she had lost in court, she was not willing to give up. With renewed determination, Anna decided that she must find another way to achieve justice. The legal battle was over, but Anna's true fight had just begun. She rose from the courtroom bench with a renewed resolution. She looked at Julio, who returned a look of understanding and support. Together, they began to plan their next move. Anna would not give up. The truth had to come to light, and she was willing to do whatever it took to achieve it. Anna knew that her legal battle was over, but the true quest for justice was far from complete. Her experience as a judge had taught her that sometimes the truth was hidden behind layers of lies and corruption. Determined to discover what was really happening inside the lottery company, she devised a bold plan. Anna meticulously prepared for her new mission. She changed her appearance, dyeing her gray hair a dark brown and adopting a more youthful and modern style of dress. With Julio's help, she created a new identity, Marta Perez, a retired accountant looking for a part-time job. Anna spent weeks practicing her new persona, adjusting her accent and manners to match her story. With her new identity established, Anna went to the central office of the lottery company and applied for a position in the finance department. Fortunately, thanks to her experience and convincing story, she was hired quickly. Anna immersed herself in her new role with fierce determination, knowing that this was her path to uncovering the truth. The first day of work was overwhelming. Anna familiarized herself with the environment, observing her new colleagues and understanding the dynamics of the place. Little by little, began to identify key people within the finance department, those who seemed to have access to the most sensitive information. Over time, Anna gained the trust of her coworkers. She used her charisma and interpersonal skills to make friends and gather valuable information. Soon, her suspicions were confirmed. There were irregularities in the lottery systems, and the manipulations were not accidental. Anna found evidence of changes in winning ticket numbers after the draws and documents, suggesting that executives were involved in a large-scale fraud scheme. One night, after making sure everyone had left the office, Anna stayed late to access the most protected files. With her heart racing and hands trembling, she found incriminating emails and documents revealing the extent of the corruption. She knew she needed to get that information out of the building without arousing suspicion. Anna copied all relevant files onto a USB drive and tucked it into her purse. The next morning, she took a day off, claiming health issues. She met Julio at her house, where they reviewed the evidence together. Both were shocked by the breadth of the fraud and corruption within the company. Julio suggested they contact someone with influence and resources to help expose the truth. Anna remembered Lucas, an investigative journalist known for his reports on corruption and corporate scandals. Anna and Julio contacted Lucas, who showed immediate interest in the story. Upon seeing the evidence Anna had gathered, Lucas committed to helping them. Anna knew that exposing herself meant risking even more, but she was determined. With the support of Julio and Lucas, she was ready to face any challenge that came their way. Together, they began planning how to bring the lottery company's corruption to light. Anna's infiltration into the finance department had been a success. She had obtained the evidence she needed, but the fight was not over. The next phase of her plan involved facing an even greater threat: the powerful executives of the company who would do anything to protect their secrets. However, Anna was ready to fight, knowing that justice was on her side. Anna and Julio met with Lucas in a small, discreet coffee shop, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. The journalist was a middle-aged man with a scruffy appearance and an intense look. He had worked on several corruption cases, uncovering hidden truths and facing powerful entities. After hearing Anna's story and seeing the evidence she had obtained, Lucas didn't hesitate to offer his help. "This is big," Lucas said, flipping through the pages of the documents Anna had copied. "If this comes to light, it will not only bring down the lottery company, but could also implicate people in very high positions." Anna nodded, her determination shining in her eyes. "I know. That's why we need to do it right. We can't afford any mistakes." Lucas joined the team with renewed energy. His experience in investigative journalism and his network of contacts were exactly what they needed. Together, they began to plan how to gather more evidence and testimonies. They knew that to bring down the lottery company, they would need a solid case and irrefutable proof. Anna and Lucas spent weeks interviewing former employees of the lottery company, looking for those who had been fired or left under suspicious circumstances. They found several people willing to talk, each with their own story of corruption and result manipulation. These interviews provided valuable context and corroborated the evidence Anna already had. Meanwhile, Julio continued to provide legal advice, ensuring that every step they took was backed by law. They knew they were playing with fire and that any misstep could put them in danger. One afternoon, while Anna and Lucas were reviewing interviews at Anna's house, Lucas's phone rang. It was an unknown number, but he answered anyway. The voice on the other end of the line was shaky and full of fear. "Lucas, it's Marta. I worked at the lottery company years ago. I have information that might be useful, but I can't talk over the phone. Let's meet tomorrow at Central Park at 3 in the afternoon. Don't tell anyone." Lucas hung up and looked at Anna. "Looks like we have a new witness." The next day, Anna and Lucas went to Central Park. They found Marta, a middle-aged woman, with scared eyes and trembling hands. They sat on a secluded bench and began to talk. Marta revealed that she had worked in the IT department of the company and had witnessed the manipulation of winning numbers. She had emails and documents that confirmed her claims, and she was willing to hand them over if Lucas guaranteed her protection. With the new information in hand, Anna, Julio, and Lucas realized they were close to uncovering the full truth. But they also knew they were becoming increasingly visible and that the lottery company wouldn't sit idly by. Lucas began writing a detailed report, documenting every piece of evidence, every testimony, and every discovery. They knew that publishing the story would be dangerous, but they also knew it was the only way to expose the corruption and obtain justice for Anna and the other victims. Anna and Lucas prepared for the toughest days. The fight for the truth was far from over, but with each new piece of evidence and each new ally, they came closer to their goal. Anna felt a mix of fear and hope, but she had no intention of giving up. She was willing to face any risk, knowing that in the end, the truth would prevail. With each step towards the truth, the situation became more dangerous for Anna and Lucas. As Lucas's report took shape and the moment of its publication approached, they began to notice subtle but unsettling changes in their environment. One day, Anna realized that a black car seemed to be following her while she ran her errands. On several occasions, she saw it parked near her house. Her instinct told her it was not a coincidence. Lucas also received anonymous threatening calls, telling him to stop investigating if he knew what was good for him. One night, while Anna was reviewing documents at her house, she heard a noise at the back door. She peeked out the window and saw two men in the yard, trying to force the lock. Fear paralyzed her for a moment, but she quickly called the police. The intruders fled before the authorities arrived, but the message was clear. They were being watched and intimidated. Despite the threats, Anna and Lucas were not intimidated. They knew they were on the right path and that justice was on their side. They redoubled their efforts, staying in constant contact and taking additional precautions for their safety. Julio also reinforced legal measures to protect them, ensuring their rights were safeguarded. During those weeks, Anna and Lucas worked tirelessly. With each passing day, they discovered more evidence of corruption within the lottery company. They found suspicious financial transactions and internal communications that confirmed the fraud. However, they knew time was running out. The threats were becoming more frequent and dangerous. One afternoon, Lucas received a call from Marta. Her voice was barely a whisper, full of panic. "Lucas, someone has been following me. I fear for my life. I need to leave town." Lucas and Anna quickly met with Marta, helping her escape to a safe place out of reach of those pursuing her. The situation was increasingly tense, but Marta refused to retract her testimony. Her bravery gave Anna and Lucas a renewed sense of purpose. Shortly after, Lucas discovered that his apartment had been broken into. Important documents had disappeared, and his computer had been destroyed. Fortunately, he had backed up all the information in several safe places. This latest attack only confirmed that they were close to something big. With the report ready to be published, Lucas met with his editor at the newspaper. He presented all the evidence, the testimonies, and the complete story. The editor, impressed by the magnitude of the case and Anna and Lucas's bravery, decided to publish the article in the Sunday edition, the one with the highest circulation. On Sunday morning, Anna, Lucas, and Julio gathered at Anna's house, waiting for the publication. When the newspaper finally arrived, the story occupied the front page. Corruption in the lottery, the truth behind the million-dollar fraud. The news spread quickly. National and international media picked up the story, and the public's reaction was immediate and intense. Demonstrations and protests were organized in front of the lottery company's offices. Authorities had no choice but to intervene. The following days were chaotic. The lottery company fell into disgrace, and the corrupt executives were arrested. The evidence presented by Anna and Lucas was enough to start a large-scale investigation that uncovered years of corruption and manipulation. Although the battle had been long and dangerous, Anna felt immense satisfaction seeing the truth finally come to light. She knew there was still much to do, but this was a big step towards justice. Anna and Lucas had risked everything, but their bravery and determination had prevailed. The impact of Lucas's report was immediate and powerful. Authorities launched formal investigations against the lottery company and its executives. The small town where Anna lived became a hotbed of media activity, with journalists from all over the country seeking more details about the story. Anna, Lucas, and Julio were overwhelmed by the attention. While the community celebrated Anna's courage, there was also a palpable tension in the air. The threats they had received did not disappear with the publication of the report. If anything, they intensified. However, with the truth exposed and the community's support, they felt stronger than ever. One morning, Anna woke up to the sound of the phone ringing. It was Lucas, his voice full of excitement. "Anna, you have to come to the courthouse. They've issued arrest warrants for the lottery executives. This is real, it's happening." Anna quickly dressed and headed to the courthouse, where she met Lucas and Julio. Outside, a group of journalists and citizens had gathered, waiting for news. Inside, the authorities carried out the arrests. The lottery company executives were handcuffed and escorted out of the building, their faces showing a mix of fury and humiliation. The evidence Anna and Lucas had gathered was irrefutable. Every document, every testimony, and every recording painted a clear picture of systematic corruption and fraud within the lottery company. The public and media pressure was so intense that the authorities had no choice but to act quickly and severely. The community hailed Anna as a heroine. Her bravery and tenacity had uncovered a truth that many feared to confront. But Anna, always modest, insisted that she hadn't done it alone. Without Lucas and Julio, this wouldn't have been possible. "This is a victory for everyone who fights for justice," she told the media. As the investigations continued, Anna received a call from the director of the state lottery office. They informed her that, after reviewing all the evidence and her case history, they recognized the validity of her lottery ticket. Anna had officially won the $5 million. The news was met with joy by all who supported her. For Anna, it was not only the confirmation that she had won the lottery, but also a reaffirmation that justice had prevailed. With her prize in hand, Ana decided to do something meaningful with her money. With Julio and Lucas's help, she began planning the creation of a foundation dedicated to combating corruption and supporting victims of legal injustices. She wanted to make sure no one else had to go through what she had gone through. Lucas, inspired by Ana's bravery and the impact of his report, continued his work as an investigative journalist with renewed passion. He knew there were many more cases of injustice waiting to be discovered and exposed, and he was determined to continue, armed with the conviction that the truth always finds its way. The following days were filled with interviews, meetings, and planning. Ana, though tired, felt revitalized by the support and affection of her community. She knew she had done the right thing and that her fight had not been in vain. As the lottery company faced its downfall, Ana became a symbol of resistance and justice, inspiring many to never give up in the face of adversity. The revelation of the truth had been a monumental triumph, not only for Ana but for all those who believe in justice and integrity. As the city and country processed the impact of what had happened, Ana looked to the future with hope, knowing she had done her part to make the world a little fairer. The lottery company's downfall was swift and decisive. With the corrupt executives arrested and facing multiple charges, the company's operations came to a complete halt. Authorities intervened, and a committee was appointed to oversee the company's restructuring and ensure that the same mistakes were never repeated. Ana, now with her prize officially recognized, was celebrated as a local heroine. Her bravery and determination became the talk of the country. TV interviews and newspaper articles presented her as an example of how one person could make a difference against corruption and injustice. The community came together to honor Ana in a special ceremony at the town hall. Neighbors, friends, and supporters filled the hall, cheering and applauding as Ana took the podium. With tears in her eyes, Ana thanked everyone for their support and spoke about the importance of justice and integrity. Her speech, full of humility and gratitude, resonated deeply with all present. Lucas, who had been an essential pillar in Ana's battle, was also recognized for his journalistic work. His report had not only exposed the corruption in the lottery company but also highlighted the importance of brave and committed journalism. With her new wealth, Ana wasted no time in setting up the foundation she had dreamed of. The Ana Foundation for Justice and Transparency was officially established, dedicated to combating corruption and supporting victims of legal injustices. The foundation quickly gained notoriety, attracting lawyers, activists, and volunteers eager to contribute to the cause. The foundation not only focused on large corruption cases, but also provided legal support to individuals who could not afford proper representation. Ana and her team worked tirelessly to ensure that everyone had a fair chance in court. The foundation also promoted education and awareness about the importance of transparency and integrity in all aspects of public and private life. Ana's days were filled with activity and purpose. Though there were moments of fatigue, she felt a deep satisfaction seeing the positive changes she was helping create. Her house, which had been a refuge of tranquility, was now a center of planning and strategy for new initiatives and projects. As the foundation grew, so did Ana's impact on the community and beyond. People from all over the country contacted her, thanking her for her courage and seeking her advice and support. Ana, always willing to help, found time to respond to every message and letter, ensuring that everyone knew they were not alone in their fight for justice. The foundation's success also attracted international attention. Ana was invited to global conferences and forums on corruption and justice, where she shared her story and advocated for the importance of transparency and accountability in all societies. Although she had never sought the spotlight, Ana accepted these invitations with the hope of inspiring others to take action, and fight for what was right. Eventually, the lottery company was completely restructured under new management and strict regulations to prevent any form of corruption in the future. The former executives faced trials and, in most cases, were sentenced to long prison terms. Justice prevailed, and the community regained trust in the system. Anna became a beloved and respected figure, not only for her personal victory but also for the legacy of justice and transparency she left through her foundation. Her story showed that, even in the darkest moments, determination and courage could light the way to a better future. Anna's life had changed drastically, but her essence remained intact. With her foundation thriving and corruption defeated, Anna could finally find a new purpose in her life. Justice had prevailed, and Anna, with her example, inspired future generations to never give up in the fight for truth and integrity. With her $5 million prize and the Anna Foundation for Justice and Transparency in full operation, Anna found a new sense of purpose. The foundation became a powerful force in the fight against corruption and the defense of civil rights. Under her leadership, the organization tackled numerous cases of injustice, providing legal and financial support to those who needed it most. The foundation's first major project was to open a free legal advice center in her small town. This center offered legal services to people who could not afford a lawyer, ensuring that everyone had access to a fair defense. Anna worked closely with volunteer lawyers and young law students, inspiring them with her story and passion for justice. The foundation also launched awareness campaigns about the importance of transparency and accountability in public and private management. They organized workshops, seminars, and talks in schools and universities, educating the next generation on how to detect and combat corruption. Anna firmly believed that education was key to preventing future abuses of power. One of the most prominent cases the foundation took on was that of a group of workers who were unfairly dismissed for reporting corrupt practices in a large corporation. Anna and her team worked tirelessly to gather evidence and represent the workers in court. After a hard-fought legal battle, they achieved not only the reinstatement of the employees but also the implementation of stricter anti-corruption policies within the company. Anna became a prominent figure in the community, and her influence extended beyond the borders of her small town. She was invited to participate in discussion panels and international conferences on human rights and anti-corruption. At each event, Anna shared her story, emphasizing the importance of integrity and the value of never giving up in the face of injustice. The foundation also established scholarships for law students interested in social justice, supporting talented young people who otherwise could not afford higher education. Anna saw these students as the future of the fight against corruption and felt proud to contribute to their education. Over time, the foundation expanded its operations nationwide, opening offices in various cities and collaborating with similar organizations. The support network grew, and more people joined the cause, motivated by Anna's story and her relentless fight for justice. Anna, although busy with her work at the foundation, never lost touch with her local community. She continued to attend neighborhood events, maintain her friendships, and enjoy the small pleasures of everyday life. Her house remained a refuge of tranquility, a place where she could recharge and reflect on all she had achieved. At 85, Anna decided to reduce her workload, leaving the day-to-day management of the foundation in the hands of a trusted team she had formed over the years. Although she retired from operational activities, she continued to serve as honorary president and a source of inspiration for everyone. Anna spent her final years enjoying the company of her family, friends, and the numerous young people she had helped throughout her life. Her house was filled with laughter and conversations, and each visit was an opportunity to share stories and learn from her wisdom. The impact of the Anna Foundation for Justice and Transparency was felt across the country. Many injustices were corrected, and corruption was significantly reduced in various institutions thanks to the Foundation's initiatives. Anna had left an indelible mark on the world, and her legacy of perseverance and justice continued to inspire future generations. Anna passed away at the age of 92, surrounded by her loved ones. Her death was a significant event, and thousands of people attended her funeral to pay tribute to a woman who had dedicated her life to fighting injustice. Words of recognition and gratitude resonated throughout the community and beyond. In her memory, the Foundation organized an annual event called Anna's Day, dedicated to the promotion of justice and transparency. Each year, awards were given to those who demonstrated an exceptional commitment to these values, ensuring that Anna's spirit lived on in the actions of others. Anna's legacy was not only embodied in her foundation and the lives she touched, but also in the example of courage and determination she left behind. Anna had shown that even in the face of the greatest adversity, a determined person could change the world. Anna passed away at the age of 92, surrounded by her loved ones. Her death marked the end of an era, but her legacy endured in the community and beyond. The news of her passing resonated across the country, and thousands of people attended her funeral to pay tribute to a woman who had dedicated her life to fighting injustice and corruption. Anna's funeral was a moving event. Friends, family, former colleagues, and people who had been impacted by her work gathered to remember and celebrate her life. Words of recognition and gratitude were exchanged, and many shared personal stories about how Anna had changed their lives. Among the attendees, Lucas and Julio, who had been her closest allies in the battle against the lottery, were particularly moved to see how much Anna had achieved and how many lives she had touched. The Anna Foundation for Justice and Transparency organized an event in her honor, highlighting her achievements and reaffirming their commitment to the values Anna had so passionately defended. In her memory, the foundation established Anna's Day, an annual event dedicated to promoting justice and transparency. Each year, awards were given to individuals and organizations demonstrating an exceptional commitment to these values, ensuring that Anna's spirit continued to live on through others' actions. The foundation's impact was felt across the country. The scholarships and educational programs Anna had established helped countless young people obtain an education and pursue careers in law and social justice. The foundation continued to provide legal support to those in need, fight corruption, and promote integrity in all spheres of society. Anna had left an indelible mark on her community. Her small town, which had witnessed her brave fight, erected a statue in her honor in the Central Park. The statue, depicting Anna holding a book of laws, became a symbol of hope and perseverance for all who saw it. The plaque at the base of the statue read, "Anna, a tireless fighter for justice. Her legacy lives in all of us." People who had known Anna remembered her warmth, wisdom, and unwavering sense of justice. For many, she was more than a heroine. She was a friend, a mentor, and a source of inspiration. Young law students who benefited from her scholarships and programs often visited the statue, leaving flowers and notes of thanks. They felt that through their efforts, they continued the work Anna had begun. Lucas continued his career as an investigative journalist, inspired by Anna's bravery. He continued to expose corruption cases and defend the oppressed, always carrying with him the lessons he had learned from her. His work was recognized on several occasions, and he always dedicated his achievements to Anna's memory. Julio, although also retired, continued to offer his expertise and support to the foundation. He became a mentor to the young lawyers working there, sharing his knowledge and guiding them in their own battles for justice. He felt a deep pride in what Anna had accomplished and ensured that her legacy remained alive in every case the foundation took on. Anna's legacy of perseverance and justice continued to inspire future generations. Stories of her fight and impact were told in classrooms and homes, motivating others not to give up in the face of adversity and to fight for what is right. Anna had shown that a determined person could change the world, and her example remained a guiding light for all those seeking to make the world a more just place. As years passed, the Anna Foundation for Justice and Transparency became a respected and powerful institution. The principles Anna had defended so strongly remained at the heart of all its actions. Her life had been a testament to the difference one person could make, and her legacy of integrity and bravery continued to inspire many, ensuring that the fight for justice never stopped. The world had lost a great defender of justice, but it had gained a legacy that would continue to inspire and guide future generations. Anna lived in every act of justice, in every fight against corruption, and in every life she had touched. And so, her spirit remained alive, an eternal reminder that truth and justice always prevail. What an exciting journey we've just experienced together. But this is only the beginning. Click on the next video that appears on your screen and keep enjoying amazing content. If you want me to keep bringing you these stories every day, consider supporting me with a coffee through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the pinned comment. Your support is what makes it possible for me to keep telling these stories. See you in the next video.